back to CC's Pizza in Marshall, Texas. We're here each Wednesday from noon to 1 for the ETBU Extra Show. Thank you for clicking in this afternoon at goetbtigers.com on the ETB Sportsnet. Time now to talk Tiger baseball with Coach Jared Hood, the head baseball coach here at ETBU. And Coach Hood, first thing I want to say, how happy are you to have some decent weather to play some baseball games in?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been better than the first half of the season was, but it's nice to go out there and play and actually break a sweat a little bit and actually be able to practice on the field as well. So, we're enjoying it right now, that's for sure.
Last night you had a game against Austin College. I want to talk about that game first. It's a game that you added to your schedule because of the weather you've had. You've had to move some scheduling around. Last night you won 10-3, and I heard you earlier talk to some people about how you really liked how your team handled themselves because it was tied 2-2 after 4, I believe, and then you kind of didn't actually take control until late in that one inning where you got 5 runs. Kind of talk about your team's performance in last night's win over Austin College, 10-3.
It was important for us to come out and have a good game, and bounce back after last week and gain some momentum going into this weekend. But, our guys really showed their maturity, and I was really proud of them, the way they handled themselves. We had some things happen in the game last night that, could have spiraled out of control fairly quickly. And our guys, they handled themselves very well, and they responded with hits and with intensity, and hopefully that's the spark that we need to continue going forward.
In the game last night, Zach Compton and Connor Combs led the team in hitting, each with 3 hits. There were 3 of 5. Compton had 4 RBIs. That's a good performance by any baseball player.
It is. I told him before the game, I was with opening day of baseball this past week, I heard a comment from one of the announcers that said, nobody's ever scored any runs by not swinging the bat. And that's what I told Compton before the game. He has a tendency to be a little passive at the plate. But he's a kid that, all he has to do is get barrel on the baseball, and he hits it stinking hard. And he did that last night and was really, really big for us. And Combs kind of coming out of the funk that he's had and continue to battle at the plate and make adjustments is really helping us out.
Visiting with Jared Hood, head baseball coach at East Texas Baptist University, 14-13 overall, 5-10 in American Southwest Conference play. Also in that win last night against Austin College with a victory 10-3. Tyler Bates gets his first home run of the year. I was kind of watching the game on Twitter and following, and I saw Bates go, 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 gone is what the tweet said. Kind of explain to me his home run. I wasn't there. I like to see home runs.
Well, it's his 3rd home run of the year, okay. I believe. Bates is he's had a tough year. He's a 2-time All-Region player for us. Has led our team in hitting for the past 2 years, and this year he's really faced some adversity, not in the fact of having bad at bats or anything like that, but he's been hitting the ball hard all year long and just getting out. And and that's a bad thing about baseball. In the sport that we play is that you can be playing really well and still fail at what you're supposed to do. So for him to continue to grind and continue to have good at bats, he's reaping the benefits of that right now. So, these past 5 games, I think he's got all 3 of his home runs. So he's, hopefully he's going to turn a corner.
Now comes the crucial part of the season. The games on your schedule are getting less and less, and as you look at the American Southwest Conference standings, Concordia at top 15-2, Texas Tyler 16-5. You go down and you find ETBU battling for one of those 8 spots. Well, what's your assessment of how things need to play out for ETBU to make one of those 8 spots to qualify for the American Southwest Conference Championship Tournament?
We got to take care of business. And the good thing about it is that we've played most of the teams in the top half of the conference right now as far as standings go, and we're in control of our own destiny, and you always want to be in control of your own future. So it's totally up to our guys, to come out and to play, continue to play hard like we have, to win the games that we're supposed to win and have a chance to win those games that maybe we're not supposed to win, and pull a couple of them out. So I've been really pleased with how our guys have played. Their consistent approach to the games. We have to have something to get us over the hump. And and last night I think is what's going to spark us.
Of course, you say you control your own destiny, which is true for Tiger baseball to make the postseason tournament. And one of those teams, one of the top teams in the conference this year is Sullivan State, and you got a crucial weekend series out in Alpine this weekend. How do you prepare your team for that travel?
There's really no preparation for it. It's, pack a lunch, it's going to be a long bus ride. But the thing was, and I was talking with my coaching staff earlier today, is we have traveled very well this year. And our guys are young, but they've showed maturity on the road, and going and taking care of business. So I look forward to have a good showing down there, and it's going to be a battle. We're going to have to play good baseball, and hope we have some luck on our side. But our guys are fully capable of getting the job done.
I've always heard, different environment, different elevation. Baseball does weird things. Does the baseball do weird things out in Alpine?
Well, in the 5 years I've been in this conference, I've never been out to Alpine. But I tell you this, it couldn't do anything much weirder than what it did this past weekend with the wind blowing out 30 miles an hour. But, we lace up our spikes and we get between the lines and we compete. And that's all I can ask for my guys and to have a chance to win ball games. And, and I think we're going to get that done.
Visiting with Jared Hood, the head baseball coach here at East Texas Baptist University in his first year as the head coach. Any other particular players have kind of like at the beginning of the season you thought, they're going to be good, but they've really kind of excelled and really impressed your coaching staff?
Well, our entire pitching staff has done a great job this year, compared to the years past of getting in there and competing and keeping us in ball games. And, we've had guys such as, Bryce Winter step up, and play some first base and catch for us. The transfer, Dynas Dowd at shortstop that we've had has done a phenomenal job of coming in and hitting in the middle of our order and playing great defense up the middle. So everybody's is contributing, which is important, for this team game that we play. So we've got to finish strong.
Tigers have added a game to their schedule with Wiley College after the Alpine Series this weekend in American Southwest Conference. Got a non-conference game on the 14th against Wiley College. And then your next home series in American Southwest Conference play against the University of Mary Hardin Baylor, April 17th and 18th. And that's going to be a special weekend with the Kids' Day in the Park and honoring former Tiger baseball player James Morgan.
Yeah, we've got a lot of festivities planned for that day. Starting at 11 o'clock, we've got the jump houses going to be in the parking lot, sponsored by Marberly Baptist Church. So bring the kiddos out and come jump in the jump houses. And once the game starts, we'll shut down the jump houses, open up the cotton candy and the popcorn stands and everything like that free of charge. So bring the families out and have a good time. And, before the first game, we'll honor James and his family, and we'll present an award to the player that is wearing his number this year. And we'll have a good weekend for some baseball.
To refresh your memory, James Morgan, former Tiger baseball player, very good Tiger baseball player, very well-loved man in the Marshall community, died in a tragic airplane crash about a year ago. Of course, his mom used to work at ETBU, so very looking forward to a very nice weekend that weekend to pay honor to him. And, of course, the award. Talk about the player and the award that is given now by the Tiger baseball in honor of James' memory.
Well, we do an honorary number system. We go through the fall. And there's certain characteristics that I believe that James presented on the field and off the field and in the community that the team itself reflects on and votes on. And the winner of that vote gets the honor of wearing the number 16 jersey for the season. And this year was Connor Combs. The impact that Connor has made on this team, not only on the field, but off the field and in the community, and leading the Bible studies and everything that he does for our team, and being just a sophomore at that is tremendous. I can't speak enough about that kid and what I think of him. So the number is well represented, and James is well represented this year.
Of course, as I said, Tigers have a weekend trip to Alpine to play Sullivan State University American Southwest Conference. They're back home on the 14th to host Wiley College, and then as Coach Hood was talking about, Kids Day in the Park and the day to honor James Morgan, April 17th and 18th, and that's a home series that you might want to mark on your calendar and come out to. And Coach, for those who come out that day, a lot of activities. Kind of talk to me the preparation that a team goes through to get to game time. So, like, if I wanted to come and watch the team do batting practice and kind of get a feel of who's going to hit the day or not, what kind of take you through a schedule for someone who wants to get a part of the whole atmosphere coming to the ballpark from the time your Tigers get ready to actually throw the first pitch?
Usually what happens, we start a little bit earlier than most other teams. We have a little bit longer routine. We go through a 35 to 40-minute stretching routine every day. But BP and everything usually starts 2 hours before game time. On the home game we'll hit first, and then the away team. Then the home team will take in and out, followed by the away team. So if you want to come see some BP and everything, show about 2 hours before game time, and we'll be out there swinging it a little bit.
Of course, Woods Field is excellent for you to bring your own lawn chairs and sit along the right field area or behind home plate and just kind of take in a day at Woods Field to watch Tiger baseball. Coach Hood, one final question. Anything that you'd like to say before we let you go finish your lunch here at CC's today?
No, I encourage everybody to come out and support this team and these kids that we have. They're doing a phenomenal job, and they're working hard. They're playing good baseball, and we got to scratch out some wins, so we need all the support that we can get.
Well, Coach Hood, thank you for your time today on ETBU Extra. Coach Jared Hood, our guest here on ETBU Extra. Of course, he's the head baseball coach here at East Texas Baptist University. We have one final segment here on ETBU Sports Extra in just a moment, so stay around for that. You're listening to ETBU Extra live from CC's Pizza in Marshall, Texas. Back in just a moment.